Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. And in today's video I'm just going to do one of the videos that a subscriber suggested in one of the comments. She suggested that since I have done the K1 visa process, that I put my experience and share like the things that I had to do for me to like get to this point that I am at right now. So I'm just going to not go into details, and please remember, I am not an attorney. I don't work with any law firm. I'm not an immigration officer. I am just me, and I'm putting this information out here based on my experience as a person. Yeah, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, you feel free to just ask and I will try my best to answer. So I came to the US on a K1 visa. It's a fiancé visa, and my petitioner, who now is my husband, is the one who petitioned it for me, and we started the process there. So he filed the I-129F form, and then we waited for months for it to be approved. And after it was approved, it took, I think, 11 months. Yeah, it took, I think, 11 months for the I-129F to be approved. And then when it was approved, it now moved from, this is my understanding, it moved from the USCIS to the NVC. And at the NVC, after approval, it goes through 3 stages. And 3 stages in this means at the time you're waiting for your case to be given a case number. So at NVC, it has 3 stages, as I said, and the first stage is at NVC. At NVC, it means the documents have been taken there after the approval and everything, so it's waiting for it to be worked on. And after it has been worked on, that is, they have assigned you a case number, and it's now like being worked on to be sent to your home embassy, like the US embassy near you. It might be in your home or the one that is closest to your country. Like in Kenya, for example, the Kenyan US embassy in Kenya serves even the people from Uganda. So it basically just depends. After it has been assigned the case number, it will be shipped to your embassy of choice, that is the country that you put there. For my case, it was to be shipped to Kenya, and while it is being shipped there, the process changes to in transit. Okay, so you have moved from NVC to in transit. In transit means your case is being transferred to the embassy where you will have your interview taken. And at this point, it takes, for my case, it took me 3 days for it to go to the next step, which is case ready. And in this third step, when the case is ready, it means the embassy you're supposed to have your interview at has received your case. Yes. So remember, at NVC you have 3 stages. That is, after your case has been approved, it goes through 3 stages. That is at NVC, in transit, and then case ready. When my case got to case ready, I filed for my DS-160. Remember, it's DS-160 for K1 visas. This DS-160 has very important information, and you need to be very, very careful on how you file the DS-160. You have to be careful. Yes, you just don't file it to finish, because this is what the embassy uses to proceed with your case, and they use it for your interview also. So you don't have to fill it in a rush. You don't have to do it very quickly. You can do it more than one day. The only thing you have to do is to always save your confirmation ID. That is the thing that you will need to like go back and retrieve your form, like where you had reached when you were filling, and then you decided I'll be back to continue later, or maybe tomorrow is when I'll do the remaining part. So it's always good that you save your confirmation ID. That is what they ask for, and your date of birth, if I can still remember. Once you've filled your DS 160, you now pay the visa fee. And after paying the visa fee is when you book the appointment. So this is what happens. Like paying for visa fee, you have to look for open slots. It's not like you just go and pay and you're good. No, this one you have to wait for slots to open for you to be able to pay and for you to be able to book an appointment. In my case, we did it as a group. I was lucky to join a group that had the K1 visas, and I was called when I was in the middle of Nairobi town, you can imagine. And that time I paid, and then one day I was waking up at night and I managed to book a slot for myself. You need to be online. You need data bundles if you're from Kenya. If you're not somewhere where there is Wi-Fi, you make sure your phone is always connected so that you can easily check for slots. And if you know someone who's going through the same process or is in the same process as you are, in the same stage for looking for slots to pay and slots to book an appointment, you can always team up and help each other, like to find those slots, because they don't open like throughout. It took me a week to book a slot for payment, and then after that it took me, I think, 4 or 5 days to book, to get an appointment for my interview date. So every case is different. That is one thing you have to understand with this process. Every case is different. It is not easy for others. For others, it's way much smoother. The next thing you need to do after booking your appointment is schedule your medical appointment. When booking an appointment, don't just book an appointment that is like tomorrow or a week after. You give yourself time. Like you can give yourself maybe 3 weeks or even 4 weeks, so that bearing in mind you have to book for your medical appointment too, and go through the process. After booking my interview appointment, I got in touch with the IOM, and I requested them to schedule me for an info medical appointment, and I told them when was convenient for me, because I already had my interview date scheduled, and I needed time for them to be able to send my results back to the embassy before my interview day. So I was lucky. Everything fell in place at the time. I will not go into details on how much they charge and everything, but when you book your appointment, you'll be told all these things with them. For other countries, I'm not sure how you do your medicals. I'm speaking, this is my experience as a Kenyan. After the medical appointment, you get ready for the interview. Please gather all your documents. You never know what they need. You never know. Make sure you do thorough research on it. Don't go there unprepared. Make sure you have all the documents you need with you. It's better you go over prepared than under prepared, if that is the word I can use. Questions asked for me were not so many, and but come to look at them right now, you see the weight they carried. If you're doing a K1 visa, please remember your partner is your fiancé. He is not your spouse, or she is not your wife. He is not your husband yet. So be careful with the words you choose at the embassy. Make sure you remember he is your fiancé or she is your fiancé. After your interview, you can pass the interview. Unfortunately, sometimes you can be denied. Sometimes you might need more. They may need more information from you, and at this point, you get 221G or another form. I don't remember the exact how it was called. It's either a 221G or the other one, and this 221G, they will tell you what they need and how you give it to them. Please do as you're told, and Honesty is key with the embassy. If your visa has been granted and you're approved, and so they will remain with your passport. They will remain with your passport, and you will it will be sent to you after you get your passport and your travel documents. There is an envelope, a brown envelope in it, inside the parcel, the DHL parcel, that you are not supposed to open. You don't open the yellow packet inside. That is only to be opened by the immigration officer. So you just get your passport and don't open that brown package. It's not yours to open. That said and done, I didn't want to go so much into deep details, and I did this alone with my fiance at the time, who is now my husband. And it required a lot of research, a lot of patience, a lot of it wasn't easy, but just thank God at this time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. And I wish you the best if you're going through this process.